Hey, so it's midday, day 7. I've been out here since about 9:30 this morning, and so this is now really clean and ready for me to disassemble and find out exactly what parts I'm going to need for the rebuild. And everything else, everything that hangs on the frame is in this box, and the one over there, the electrics are in another smaller box. All of this stuff has been washed, not one speck of grease or oil left on it, on any of the parts, and now I can go through them and assess what needs to be sandblasted and painted, what needs to be polished, what needs to be simply hung back on the bike. Like these tanks. These tanks are in excellent condition after I cleaned them. No gouges, no dents, no cracks. They will just go right back onto the bike the way they are. So that's where I'm at. Over here is the second box. Just a few electrical parts here that I've already cleaned. The wiring harness and a couple more electrical parts. Before I tore this motorcycle apart, I did some tests. I did a compression test. I had about 90 pounds across all 4 cylinders, and I checked for spark. It has spark. The power valve servo motor works and engaged when I turned on the ignition. So my wiring harness, I think, is in great shape. The radiator, I will test this fan before it goes back in. Mention when you are cleaning, never take a power washer or even the jet nozzle on your hose to the radiator when you're cleaning it. Just use the shower setting on your hose, and that way you won't fold over any of these fins. The only other thing we got going today is the carburetors. I have had in the Sonic all day. This carburetor here, there's a set of carburetors. Now has both slides moving. This carburetor over here, or this set, does not. This slide moves. This slide is seized solid. It's been in the Sonic since 9:30 this morning. It's now about 3 o'clock. So I now have it filled with acetone. You could see that all of the mouse and old fuel had just hardened, and the slide is just seized to the bottom of the carburetor here. So much so that the acetone won't even pour through. It's just sitting in there. So I'm just gonna let it sit there and eat away that mouse and whatever else is in there, and get that slide working, and then I can finally disassemble them completely and get the bodies of the carburetor into the Sonic, probably with acetone. It might change. I'll use acetone with a little bit of automatic transmission fluid mixed in, and hopefully it won't dull the aluminum. But the main thing is I have to make sure all the galleries and everything inside are completely clear, and let the acetone just eat away all of the old gas and everything that's in there. And then we can start the rebuilding process with some new parts. So while I'm waiting for the carbs in the Sonic cleaner, I decided to take the cylinder heads off of this thing and find out where we're at. Some good news, some bad news. Good news is that it's still standard size. The bore is still 56.3 millimeter. I can see that there's no markings on the pistons, so there's no oversized pistons in it. So it is still standard bore. However, we have a fairly deep rust spot right here. And I've only just cleaned it with a rag, and I'm gonna go over it with a little bit of emery cloth to see how deep it is. But I'm thinking that we're going to have to go with a second over on this motor, just to make sure that we get rid of all of that corrosion there, and we come out with a nice clean bore. So yeah, I'll figure out a little bit more once I get the motor apart. I've got the cylinders off of the motor, and as you can see, it is full of motor oil. Like, just full. That's what poured out when I took the cylinders off. And the bottom cylinders, the pistons, were full of oil when they were hanging down here, full of oil. So I can't wait to get a look at those crank seals, because clearly both the ones on the transmission side must be completely gone. The last person riding this knew that there was an issue with leaking transmission oil because it's got 2,300 milliliters in it, which is also why the upper cylinders here are full of oil. And the exhaust pipes were full of two-stroke oil because these check valves on the pump are not working. So there was just oil everywhere. Now, whether or not the presence of oil on these crankshafts for the last 20 years has made a difference in helping to save them, I don't know. I'll get them out of here in a few moments and we'll have a closer look at them.